as an American, taxes aren't just part of my life, they are my life. I get taxed on my income before I even see it. I get taxed on everything I buy with what's left. Hell, I even get taxed on money I earn abroad, no matter where I am in the world. The IRS follows me to the grave and beyond. But here's what really gets me. The moment that baby takes their first breath, they inherit their share of a $36 trillion national debt. They're born owing money they never borrowed, for wars they never fought, for programs they never voted for. So tonight, we're asking the hard questions. What is this tax system in its pure, unvarnished form? What's so fundamentally broken about it that ordinary Americans feel trapped? Why do we accept paying layer upon layer of taxes on the same dollar? Can we do something about it? Or is there any escape from this financial prison we're all born into? America, land of the free, home of the taxed. Let's find out just how deep this rabbit hole goes. Picture this. You open a business. You pay rent, invest in infrastructure, compete for customers, work extremely hard just to break even. Finally, you start making a profit. Then some guys in suits show up at your door. "Nice business you got here," they say. "We're here for our cut." Did they send you customers? No. Did they fund your shop? No. They're just here to collect their share of your hard-earned income, promising you protection and security. But ask any supermarket owner how secure they really feel. I guarantee every single one has been robbed at least once. The protection only shows up after you've already been shot by the shoplifters. How is this tax collection system any different? Washington takes its cut through federal income tax. Your state wants its piece. Cities add their wage tax on top. You think you're done? Think again. That morning coffee, sales tax, the gas to get there, federal and state excise taxes, your movie ticket, more sales tax, even getting your nails done, taxed again. The same dollar gets hit 3, 4, sometimes 5 times before you can call it yours. They tax your phone calls. They tax the phone itself. They tax your electricity, your water, even the nail clippers you use at home. It's as if they're saying, "We'll tax you until your very last dime." If you took that tax money and hired 24/7 private security instead, at least that would make sense. But this is just a protection racket with better PR. Here's a fun fact. You get robbed every 2 weeks, and you probably thank your boss for it. Before you even see your wages, the government grabs federal income tax, Social Security, Medicare, all automatically deducted. This isn't an accident. It started during World War II as a temporary measure. Temporary. That was 80 years ago. It's like ordering a pizza and finding 2 slices missing before you open the box. Except the missing slices went straight to Uncle Sam, and somehow we've convinced ourselves this is normal. They tax you in advance, on money you haven't even touched yet. How's that for confidence in their collection system? But the taxing doesn't stop once you're paid. Oh no, that would be too simple. Gasoline carries federal and state excise taxes. Your groceries, your clothes, your dinner out. Sales tax on everything. Special items get special punishment. Soda, cigarettes, airline tickets. They all carry extra duties. You might joke that the only untaxed thing left is the air you breathe, but don't give them ideas. Some cities have already flirted with air quality fees on businesses. They tax you for charging your phone. Hell, they'd probably tax you for someone ringing your doorbell if they could figure out how to meter it. Let's play a game. I'm going to list every way the average American gets taxed, and you count along. Federal income tax, state income tax, local income tax, payroll taxes, Social Security, Medicare, property taxes, sales taxes, excise taxes, estate taxes, gift taxes, vehicle registration, tolls, hotel taxes, phone surcharges, internet fees, fishing licenses, pet licenses. 20 plus separate tax bills every year, and that's just for starters. Each level of government invents its own charges, like competing gangs marking their territory. Every American family is essentially running a small accounting department just to stay legal. The federal tax code alone contains over 7 million words. For perspective, that's about 14 copies of War and Peace stacked together.
Filing taxes seems almost painful by design here in the US.
If you look at the many lines on the tax code, the just plethora of forms and additional attachments that you may have to make, it's an incredibly complicated code. It's over 7 million words long.
It's so complex that entire industries exist just to decode it. Accountants, tax lawyers, software companies, all feeding off the confusion of ordinary citizens. Think about that. We've created a system so incomprehensible that you have to pay someone else just to figure out what you owe. It's like being forced to hire a translator in your own country. The tax code has become homework that nobody can finish without help, and the help isn't free. So how do we end up with tax laws that seem designed to punish ordinary Americans? Simple. They're not written by ordinary Americans. Tax laws today are crafted in boardrooms and country clubs, shaped by armies of lobbyists representing corporations and the ultra-wealthy. The people who actually pay these taxes, working families, small business owners, middle-class Americans, they don't get a seat at that table. And the results? They're written in blood and broken dreams across America's economic landscape. Low-income earners are drowning. They get hit with payroll taxes before they see their paycheck, then sales taxes on everything they need to survive. A significant number of single workers have given up on apartments entirely. They're living in vans because even with a full-time job, they can't afford rent in a system that taxes them into poverty. The middle class? They're disappearing, one credit card swipe at a time. These families are paying at every level: federal, state, property, gas, phone, while hiring accountants just to stay legal. Many can't save for college or retirement. They're not living the American dream, they're financing it at 22% interest. Meanwhile, the wealthy, they're getting richer precisely because they can afford to game the system.
ProPublica claims to have seen tax returns showing Amazon chairman Jeff Bezos, the world's richest person, remember, made zero payments in 2007 and 2011. Meanwhile, the world's second richest tycoon, Tesla's Elon Musk, also paid precisely $0 in federal income taxes in 2018, according to ProPublica.
They hire teams of experts who know every loophole, every deduction, every offshore strategy. The same 7 million word tax code that crushes working families becomes their playground. It's the ultimate cruel joke. The people who can least afford to pay taxes get crushed by them, while those who could easily afford to pay find every possible way to avoid them. This isn't just about money, it's about the systematic destruction of America's economic backbone. The poor get poorer, the middle class gets squeezed out of existence, and the rich get richer, all by design. You might think death offers some relief from taxation. You'd be wrong. Save money your whole life, and the government takes another slice when you die. That's the estate tax. Try to give your kids a large gift while you're alive. Gift tax appears. Even dying costs money. About $5,000 minimum for burial expenses, and yes, those are taxed too. You literally cannot die for free in America. The same money gets taxed when you earn it, when you spend it, when you save it, when you gift it, and when you die with it. In America, even death doesn't stop the taxman. Fall behind on your taxes and you'll discover just how friendly your government really is. The IRS can garnish your wages, freeze your bank accounts, put liens on your home, and auction off your property, all without going to court first. They're judge, jury, and executioner of your financial life. But when citizens or lawmakers try to simplify or cut taxes, they hit miles of red tape, armies of lobbyists, and endless political squabbling. The system is lightning quick to take your money, but painfully slow to fix itself. And so here's the million-dollar question, literally. Can anything be done? Every few decades, someone promises tax reform. Reagan did it in 1986. Trump tried it in 2017. Each time rates get shuffled, loopholes get closed, and new ones mysteriously appear. The American tax system does have some good points. It pays for the military, roads, and programs that help people. Rich people pay more taxes than poor people, which seems fair to many Americans. But the problems are much bigger than the benefits. People get taxed over and over on the same money, leaving them with less to spend on their families. The rules are so complicated that families have to pay experts just to file their taxes correctly. The government can take your house or freeze your bank account if you make mistakes. Rules change constantly, making it impossible to plan ahead. Think of the tax system as so tangled that even presidents and Congress can't make it simpler, or they don't want to. Every baby born in America steps onto a treadmill that never stops. They'll spend their whole lives running faster and faster just to keep up with more taxes and complicated rules. The big question is, does this system help Americans, or do Americans exist just to feed the system? The math is brutal. Take a middle-class family earning $10,000 a month. With our conservative estimates of basic living expenses, they're paying $3,100 per month in taxes. That's 31%. And that's on the low side of spending. Buy more groceries, take a vacation, upgrade your phone. Those tax percentages climb even higher. A simple flat 20% would save this family $1,100 every single month. That's $13,200 a year they could use to pay down debt, save for retirement, or actually enjoy the fruits of their labor. Better yet, eliminate taxes entirely for low-income earners. Here's the dirty secret: they contribute almost nothing to overall revenue anyway. But we've created this insane bureaucratic maze called the Earned Income Tax Credit that's supposed to help them. Think about the absurdity. We tax poor people, then give some of it back through a credit system so complicated that many who qualify don't even get it due to red tape. It's like punching someone in the face, then handing them a Band-Aid and calling it charity. Just make them tax-free, period. Cut the bureaucracy, eliminate the complexity, and let people keep what little they earn. But here's the harsh truth. The system survives because too many powerful interests profit from its complexity. Tax preparation companies, accounting firms, lobbyists, they all have a vested interest in keeping things exactly as they are. So what's an ordinary American to do? You can vote, you can protest, you can write your congressman, who has essentially no power to change anything without 534 other people agreeing with him. Or you can do what every generation of Americans has done: adapt, survive, and hope the next generation finds a way to break free from the tax trap we've all inherited. America's tax web is a living puzzle, always growing, rarely shrinking, strong enough to grab money instantly, yet tangled enough to block real reform. Until simplicity beats complexity, every newborn American steps onto a financial treadmill that never stops. The question isn't whether you'll pay taxes. The question is, how much of your life will you spend working just to feed the machine? For our next episode of this US tax series, we will look at what exactly happens to the tax the federal government collects each year. For 2023, it was almost $5 trillion. What exactly are they doing with all that money? So consider subscribing. Until next time,